What is up, YouTube? I am Gio the Foolish Assassin, and today we're going to be talking about Bleach Chapter 615, titled All Is Lost. And this is a pretty short chapter, pretty straightforward. Nothing really too, really spectacular happened, but let's jump right in. Let's talk about it. Chapter starts off with Ichigo's sisters, Yuzu and Karin. Yuzu runs into the room and knocks over like a glass of juice, saying, Karin, it's an earthquake. And Karin says, oh, there goes the juice. And Yuzu, she, says that she's very sorry, and Karin says it's alright, just, grab the cup and I'll clean up the juice. You didn't knock it on the council. Perfectly fine. And she notes that the earthquake is lasting a really long time. Then we get a shot of the Soul King, and he's just looking straight face and not alive, as we've seen him ever since they first, showed his appearance. And then Ichigo, he falls to his knees, and everyone's looking shocked except for Yoruichi. And Juha states that he remembers telling him that it's too late because your parents here without any soaking with your own hands. Ichigo questions, why, when he grabbed the sword, why can't he let go of the sword? And then Juha states that his letter is the Almighty. He has the ability to see through every future. Everything is for my taking and giving. And I interpreted the first part as he has the ability to see every possible future, like, kind of like a multiverse type of thing, where let's say one possible future is him, hypothetically being hit by a car. So all the events that lead up to that, he was like, okay, this is the future where I get hit by a car, so I'm going to move out the way at this second, and then it moves on from there. He sees every possible future from that point onward, and then he can make adjustments from there. And then the second part, he's saying he has the ability for giving and taking. He explains that he could easily give Ichigo the reishi that was locked in his sword and manipulate his Quincy blood into moving, the way he wants to, kind of like a puppet. And he says that, and the power flowing in you now will resonate with your blood. Unforgivable. If you truly have the blood of a Quincy, you'll cut the Soul King in half. And he's, maniacal, whatever. Ichigo forces his hand to let go of the sword, reaches for his Zanpakuto and rushes for Juha. He says, and then Juha just laughs, and he's like, what is your reason to fight me? I mean, the Soul King's already dead. Then we go back to the Soul Society, where you see like a dome forming over it, where one part is like just black, and then the other part is like white, looking like it's just being destroyed. And we see, Urahara, he's looking up, everyone's, wondering what is going on. And Yumachika, he says, well, the roof is breaking up, are we under attack? Soifon says, no, I don't sense any Quincy's around here, what's happening? And that's when Urahara realizes that the Soul King is dead. He says it, he was like, the Soul King is dead. Everyone is shocked. And then Shinji, he says, what, the Soul King is dead, how is that possible? The Zero Division, what are they doing? What about Ichigo? And Urahara, he starts to piece everything together. He's like, well, more than likely, if the Soul King is dead, that means the Zero Division failed and Ichigo just didn't make it in time. And then he said, but at this rate, everything, Serete, the Dangai, Wako Mundo, even Human World, everything is just going to disappear. Then we go back to Juha. He's just laughing maniacally. He was like, the Soul King's sole purpose was to keep everything of the flow of souls from the human world to Wako Mundo, Serete, keep everything stable. But now that he's gone, everything is going to fall apart because the flow cannot be controlled and cannot be monitored. And so that kind of leads back to what I said last chapter, where I was like, well, the Soul King might not even be alive, that he's just like a physical object. And I guess this kind of further pushes that theory that he was a physical object created to like regulate the soul transfer, kind of like a like a power adapter for a computer. Like without that power adapter, his computer's just getting raw power, and his computer's going to fucking break or whatever. But with a power adapter, it can convert the power, lessen it, create more power, whatever. Anyway, so Juha says with the Soul King gone, everything will fall apart. And then he taunts Ichigo, says this is all your fault. And then while he's making this taunt, Yoruichi strings up like thin razor wire around him, and he was like, because of your monologue, I was able to put this wire around you, and if you move, you'll be shredded to pieces. Yoruichi then looks over at Urahime, and she says, use the power to heal him, and then she jumps right on it. But unfortunately, the shield she uses to create to heal people, whatever, it shatters around the Soul King. And then he was like, then Juha says, such foolishness. Do you really think that mere human ability would be able to bring him back? That's impossible. The Soul King will never rise again. And then we cut over to Renji, and he says Soul King's dead, and Soul Society and the present world will disappear along with him. You say, what do we do now? And then then the chapter ends with the Ukitake just looking off into the distance, and it says suddenly Ukitake. That's pretty much how the chapter ends. Yeah, like I said, it was a pretty quick chapter. Yeah, I mean, like, pretty much played out simply, just straightforward. But I believe Ukitake would show like what that symbol was that he had when he was talking to Shunsui that formed behind him. It was like a person and then a circle around it. But yeah, like I said, a pretty straightforward chapter. Maybe we'll find out that the Soul King is, maybe it'll push even further. The Soul King was just an object, not a physical person, but I don't know, because again, he's not moving, and again, he doesn't have arms or legs, so I'm thinking he's just like a physical manifestation of an object that was created by the original Shinigami or by some other people in existence that we either know about or don't know about. But yeah, leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. Tell me what you thought of the chapter, what you think is going to happen next week. What I believe is going to happen next week is, yeah, we're going to get that explanation from Ukitake about that symbol that he made. More than likely, they're going to send everyone up to go fight Juha, because you can't have that guy being around. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We might get some shots of the other Quincy's that are technically still alive. But yeah, one thing that bothers me though about this chapter is, like, I'm add this in at the end now that I think about it, is that this kind of devalues, in my personal opinion, it devalues Juha. Because in the beginning, we really didn't know his motives. We didn't know what his ultimate end game was. What was the whole point of that? And now it just seems like, oh, he just wants, everything to just fall apart. Like, he just wants pure chaos or whatever. And it's like, yeah, he just wants pure chaos and just pure destruction, which, kind of goes against what was set up in the beginning, where he was like methodical. He had strategy. He was he had like actual thought process. Now it just seems like he's just batshit crazy. He's just like, oh, here's revenge because I'm crazy, whatever reason. And with Aizen, whatever, he wanted to get to the Soul Palace to either gain the power of the Soul King or replace the Soul King altogether. But Juha, he just seems like he's gonna just wants to end everything and probably just have infinite chaos, because in the chapter he says that he wants everything. He wants the Soul Society to go back to the way it was, which was just in pure chaos without any order, which, yeah, to me it just devalues his character and his like his motivation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you thought about the chapter. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you enjoyed my content, please subscribe so you can get weekly reviews of Bleach. Oh yeah, look out either later on today or tomorrow. I'll be having a Walking Dead review up for you guys. And yeah, I'm Foolish Assassin. I'll see you guys later.
There's a war going on outside, no place to run and hide. Need to open eyes if you want to stay alive. Can't wait time when you trying to survive. Even when you die, your whole life should be alive. There's a war going on outside, no place to run and hide. Need to open eyes if you want to stay alive. Can't wait time when you trying to survive. Even when you die, your whole life should be alive.